In this episode, we're first going to take a look at ForScan to try and fix the electrical issue that we have in the Fiesta, and then we need to sort out the wing on the 500. Hey everyone, and welcome to today's episode, brought to you by Tool Maniac, your one-stop shop for all garage tools. And did you know that Tool Maniac actually have their own YouTube channel? So head on over there now and say that you came here from Paul's site, and give Andy and James the love that they deserve as they grow their YouTube site. So a link for their channel can be seen below in the description here. Okay, so today what we're going to be doing, well, I was hoping to bring you some updates on the ST, but I tell you what, I don't know what it is, but getting forward bits ordered by the post takes forever. So what I decided to do was to see if we can start sorting out the electrical issue that we have with the Focus. So I got me a copy of ForScan, and also I've got a an ELM 327 connector. So we're going to take a look at that and see what we can discover, and see if we can get to the bottom of this issue that we're having with these indicators. Also, I know we had finished with the 500, but there is one job that I need to do in the 500, and that is take off the old paint off the wing. I need to do that before I pull it out for sale, because since putting a new door on, as you saw on Wednesday or Thursday for some of you, it looks really obvious. You can see the paint overspray, so we need to sort that out. So we're going to do that as well. So that's what we've got planned for today. Let's get on and do that. Okay, so here's the 500 all ready to go, with the exception of one thing: the hue just over there on the paintwork. So what I'm going to do, there's two ways to tackle this. I'm going to sand this, and then I'm going to buff it up. So the easiest way to sand this is to actually take the wing off, and then we can work on it off the car, and that will protect the door, because we don't really want to do anything to that door. That door is perfect. And then once we've done that, we can then buff the whole car up with some heavy cutting compound, and then get that sorted. So let's give that a try. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just wash the wing down with some Hellraiser bubblegum shampoo that was kindly sent to me by Hellraiser Detailing some time ago. So we're going to wash down the wing with that, and then we're going to sand down the wing with some 2000 wet and dry. Okay, so most of the paint, the old paint, is now off. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my DA polisher to capture the rest, because if I go anymore with the sander, I'm risking actually taking off the paint underneath, as I just did a little bit there. So rather than go any more, let's get the DA, and I've got some heavy cutting compound that I'm going to use to actually finish this off. Okay, so we've got brand new green cutting pad to tackle the rest of the paintwork, and we're going to be using this Menzirma now super heavy cut compound 300 grade. That's this here, which is designed to take overspray off and also any residue paint. So we're going to give that a dab, and that should be able to handle this work nicely. That is done. All the old paint is now gone. So So we can put this back on the car now, and the car should look uniform. Okay, that car is now finished. I did do most of this off camera because it was getting a bit lengthy and too long and taking longer than I expected. But right, now I'm going to go and get some pictures of this car, and then that's done. Right, now let's go and check out the Fiesta. Okay, so unless you've been living under a rock for the last few weeks, you'll have known that I've got this issue with my indicators. So all 4 indicators are on, although my side indicators work perfectly, but my other indicators do not. So here's my rear lights. You can see that the indicator is on over there, and it's also on over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to run 4 scan, and let me show you my IT drawer. So in this drawer here is where I have all my diagnostics computer. So I have a Bluepoint micro scan. That's a budget version that you get from Snap-on. I have an iCar Soft. Again, it's a budget OBD scanner. This one's specifically for Ford. But here I've got my Dell laptop that I use for VCDS for Audis and also for scan for Ford. So I've got my ELM 327. If you're wondering what this is my Hex 2 version 2 scanner, which you use for Audis. So let's hook up my computer, my laptop, and then we'll get 4 scan running, and then we'll see what we can find. Okay, so I've got my laptop all booted up, and I also have my ELM 327 connected. I'm not going to show you where because my OBD is hidden thanks to the previous owner. So let's have a look at this in detail and let's see what we can find. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is we need to connect up to the vehicle. So it's telling me to make sure that the key is on, which it is, and then it's going to connect to my device. So what I've done is I've actually connected up to the car before, but just to show you the whole process, I'm going to say no. Okay, and I'm going to connect to it afresh. So let's do that now. Would you like to do a previous connection? Yeah, no, let's try again. No. Here we go. So when you connect to it from afresh, you select your region. So mine is UK, it's not here, so it's all others. Okay, so I'm going to click OK. The ST2 has sync 1 in it, or this model has sync 1, so I click on that. And then it's going to negotiate and connect to the car. So it's reading all the info. You can see it down here. And then at some point it's going to say to me that it's connected up. Okay, so this vehicle may contain multi-scan. Does your ELM adapter have a switch? Mine does, so I say yes. Then it's going to tell me to click it to the high speed, which I've just done, and then we're going to click OK. Now what we're trying to see here, because this model of ST, it doesn't have relays, it has a BCM or body control module. So what we want to do is see what faults are registered in the body control module. So would I like to save this profile? We'll say yes on this occasion, but we've already saved it, but that's just for the purpose of the video. Right, so that's now saved. So now what we can do is, you see here, these are all the things that we can test. So we're going to go straight to BCM, and we're going to click the play to do a self-test. Okay, vehicle must be prepared, not moving. Well, this vehicle is definitely not moving. Do not activate any vehicle switches during a test. We're not going to do that. We're just going to let it run. So let's do that. And you instantly notice that the chime has stopped. That's because it's now under test mode. And what this should do is it should come up with all the issues that it has discovered on the BCM. Now, some of the faults that will come up we know about already, i.e. the boot is up, and so is the bonnet. Okay, so on the BCM you can see it's found a number of faults. So these are all the issues here that it's found. So the first one, the engine hood switch is open, we know about that. Driver doors ajar, yep, I've got it open. Boots is ajar, yep, we've got that open too. Now here's our faults. Left front indicator short, open, so it's short to ground, to battery or open. Our right indicator short to ground, and then the short open to battery. Left turn indicator open to battery. Right turn indicator short to ground, battery or open. Lower right beam, there's no bulb in there, that's why that's in the indicator circuit connection symptom performance or incorrect operation. Okay, so I think, so what I'm going to see now is I'm going to see if we can clear these codes. If we can clear these codes out, then we may be able to reset them. It may be able to fix the issue. But if we can't, then the problem is definitely going to be a BCM. So let's do that then. Yep. So we've cleared the log. Yep, let's clear all that. Now let's run a test again and see if it's still there. So running that test again, you can see that the faults are still there. So that tells me that our BCM is fried, and that's the reason why those lights are on, because those circuits, there's nothing has changed on that cable. I've checked the cable thoroughly, I can't find any shorts. All the cables that were damaged, they've all been repaired. So I can only imagine, and based on some feedback that I've seen on various forums, that the BCM itself has fried. Okay, so that seems to be the issue there with the issue is with our BCM, and I think it really is the BCM, because I made a mistake when I was running the self-diagnostic test. I had the hazard lights working, which were working fine, and now they've stopped working, and the indicators on the mirrors, they've also stopped working as well since doing that test. So I definitely know it's a BCM problem that's causing the indicators to stay on. So any of you guys out there who know full scan really well, hook me up on the comments below. make some suggestions, because I can't find any information in terms of the hexadecimal. If I can get the hexadecimal settings for what it should be, then I'll be able to pull it through Foursquare and reset it. But without having that information, I'm sort of stabbing in the dark, which gives me my only really route to getting this resolved is getting the car to the Ford dealership. And I don't really want to do that because it takes forever, and the cost as well. I know that I can do it if I can get the codes. Getting a new BCM on these cars can tend to be quite challenging, because you got to set the key up with the BCM as well, and that's really difficult unless you have the information, which I clearly don't. So again, all routes at the moment are leading to Ford. Although the car starts and runs well, and I can take the fuse out for the indicators, but obviously that's not going to help me or any motorists know what my intentions are when I'm turning, so I need to get that fixed really. So like I said, any tips will be greatly received. You guys tend to come up with the greatest resources, and that's the reason why we have the comments really. So please do so if you can. So that's it for this week. As I always say, if you're a casual viewer, don't forget to subscribe down here. Click on that button there and give us a thumbs up really to help the channel grow. And don't forget to check out our sponsor for our channel, Tool Maniac. They have their own YouTube channel. That's in the link down below as well. So give them some love and tell them that you've come from Castle Paul, and that will really help them to grow their channel. You can see the kind of things that they get up to. So good, thanks for that, gents, and we will see you during the week. We've got a midweek review. Olight torches, they've sent me a couple of torches to review on the channel, so we're going to be doing a review on probably Wednesday, maybe Thursday morning, but definitely during the week sometime we'll get that review. In the meantime, have a good week, and we will see you on the next one.